Hey everyone, welcome to Open Table. Thanks for tuning into this. I'm Aaron, known on Board Game Arena as webberaj. As always, if you're just stumbling across this video on YouTube or it's just your first time to the stream, I'll give you a quick just intro on what's going on here. Open Table is a stream. We do this every weekend. I'm joined by 3 other expert level players from the BGA community, and we're going to do sort of an open hand game of Terra Mystica. So we play in training mode. No elo is won or lost, and the idea is for us to just sort of share strategy openly throughout the stream, just to help us sort of improve our own games and for the benefit of the viewers, just to sort of see what's sort of going through the heads of a group of experts as we're playing the game. Also, if you have thoughts or you hate what moves we're doing, or you think we should be doing something different, like feel free to just throw that stuff in chat. We'll try to stay on top of chat and answer questions and stuff as we go. One headphone again. Oh, thanks, Super. I will fix that. Good point. I will just quickly introduce the players we have around the table right now. We've got MattTheLesser, we've got Bulky, and Aganis. Am I pronouncing your username correctly? I actually forgot to ask you before we went live.
Yeah, it's fine.
Aganis? Cool. All right, well, welcome to the stream, guys. Matt's been on before. Bulky and Aganis, this is your first time on the stream, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome. Well, it's good to have you. I'll jump over to the game board and we can take a look at what I've got here so far. We were just madly trying to figure out what settings we wanted to play on before we started the stream up. We've narrowed it down to landscapes on, all the fire and ice stuff off, and then what did we land on, guys? It's either fire and ice or fjord. Someone said no base, someone said no revise, and someone said no lakes.
That's it.
Okay, so random map. Do you guys have any strong preferences between fire and ice or
Maybe
fjords?
I would actually probably say Fire and Ice just because I play a lot of fjords with Fjords League, but I don't have this. I love fjords. It's my favorite map. So really, either's fine.
So sorry. Does that mean you'd rather play fjords or you'd rather not play it because you played a lot?
No, I would rather play Fire and Ice just for variety, but I'm never going to complain about fjords.
Let's do fire and ice. Okay, and I will fix my
Okay.
mic. Thank you, folks, for mentioning that. I know what that problem is. Sort of.
That is also for fire and ice, so.
Wonder if this is gonna fix it live. Oh my goodness, it did. Okay. Who was complaining about my mic earlier, and can someone just give me some love in chat if it's working now? Anyhow. Matt, do you want to break down the setup for us?
Sure. So I tend to look at the pastiles first. See that we have no spade, so that's a big one. No ship scoring, and no, what's the last one that's missing? Dwelling scoring. So a little bit of a maybe pushing tall stuff, just a little bit. But decent amount of scoring with the two tall building scoring tiles, and then on the track, obviously starting with TPs, so that's pretty good for most factions, and then towns in round 5 is nice. Temples in round 6 is a little pressed scoring, and a wide variety of cult rewards. We've got the only double is Earth, but one of them is in round 5. Lots of spades. No workers, no big building events on the scoring track is relevant. So, kind of actually a disconnect between the pastiles and the round tiles, in that the pastiles kind of push you big, and the round tiles push you the opposite.
Yeah, and pastiles kind of tell you not to pay for shipping. There's like the temp ship in, but no ship VP, which can be beneficial to certain factions. All right, what are you guys thinking? Bulky, you got to pick something. What are your thoughts here?
So my thoughts are, this is a great Swarmlings track, so I put in no mermaids to avoid them.
All right. Yep, fair enough.
Also, there are 4 kind of good pastiles, and I guess mermaids can work with all of them. So temp ship is okay, priest is okay with the water reward, then worker power is also fine, and I guess they can also work with 2 workers.
Yeah, I mean, 2 workers are just always good, I think. Makes sense. Fakirs.
I'm putting fakirs.
Here's
And this is the
I
landscapes
mean,
off, right?
no, it's landscapes on, so
Oh,
they're
okay.
they're better.
Oh,
They're better
okay.
with the landscapes, and also, I would say this is like a medium scoring game, which helps them a little bit as opposed to like a high scoring game. Plaque of the Spade tile isn't great for them, but otherwise I think the setup is not bad, and I don't know. One thing I've been wanting to do recently is try to learn how to play some of these factions that are super niche in slightly out of their niches, and I think this is like a good chance at that for Gears.
The heck am I gonna pick, guys? Why do I kind of want to throw engineers here? I haven't played engineers much in a long time. I used to play them a lot.
I haven't played engineers a lot on this map here.
No, me neither.
Yeah, this is the worst map for gray by quite a bit.
But isn't it not as bad for engineers as people think it is? Or like I find, I don't know, maybe this is nonsense, but I'm just gonna throw them in. I think it depends. I've had better success on this map than I think I do on Fjords as engineers. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
This map is really tough for dwarves because they can't tunnel. I think actually one of the big problems for engineers on this map is when mermaids are in. I remember from the Fire and Ice season, that was one of my takeaways, that green was bad, but mermaids were almost worse or something.
I think green's worse for engineers, but
on this map?
Or on this map, yeah. On every map, but particularly this map.
I mean, it's an interesting thought.
Particularly base map. But...
Well, that's the thing. So the green-gray thing came out of base map, but is that just like some universal thing? Like, why are Chaos not worse? Like, Chaos are also equally color neighbor.
Chaos is really bad too. So the the red-gray interaction is much worse on this map than on base map.
Right.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
I was about to put in some reds, but yes, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, red. Then we have mermaids on their best map, or on one of their best maps, without a color sandwich.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I guess brown or black is the tidiest color wheel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Alchemists it is.
Alchemists.
Okay, mend except for half of the wrong factions, but
and it is landscapes on, or not?
Yep, landscapes are on.
Yeah.
Okay, it's kind of important with fakirs in.
I still don't really know how to confidently play alchemists on this map.
Yeah, I think they really like the northwest. They usually aim for 3 towns, I think. Oh, engineers.
I'm not confident that engineers are the best, but I'm pretty sure they are not the
They get a good
worst.
pass tile, which is kind of cool. They don't get any spades. Probably. Mermaids probably just have to be good for a bit.
I mean, I actually think engineers probably do get the double dig here.
Do you think alchemists? Oh, because alchemists take the big buildings. Engineers
alchemists probably take the big building. Engineers take worker power.
And mermaids don't take temp chip.
No, actually, engineers potentially might take temp chip just because then fakirs probably take worker power. Or at least they could.
Priest is also
I guess they might take the priest. They might take the priest.
Wait, you think there's a world where engineers, like aside from your priest comment, but that line was like engineers give up a worker to bait fakirs into taking it to ensure that engineers get double dig off temp ship and mermaids don't snap up temp ship for Act 6? Is that kind of the argument there?
That was the argument, yes.
That's stuff I don't think about that often.
But depending on who's playing the fakirs and what they're thinking, they might go for the priest is tempting for the fakirs too. So it's not as like if the priest wasn't there and that was dwelling scoring or something instead, I think it would be a much better risk for the engineers.
Yeah. The priest is nice for fakirs, but I think fakirs will be tempted to just open double temple here if they can get the workers and the neighbors. But I guess they probably just don't get the neighbors for double temple. Right?
Fakirs?
Fakirs probably
think-
start on C5, right? One of their hexes is
Yeah,
on C5, and
the,
no one's going to be their neighbor
yeah,
there.
good. But mermaids might dig
Oh.
C4.
They might dig
Mermaids
C4.
No,
Yeah.
not first round, maybe.
well, they might, because I assume alchemists are going to start D5, E3. And then
Probably.
that's like the only place that mermaids can go. It's a single spade off that one.
Where are the other starting spots here? Like, if you think alchemists are D5, E3, engineers are probably in their usual spots.
Is there also a chance for alchemists on H8?
To
And then there's leech triangle between
Right.
NGs.
Yeah, maybe.
to invite.
It's
Yeah.
really tempting to go there, but it always feels like a bet. Are the others following you? But I guess alchemists are in 4th seat, so it's up to others to go there first, maybe.
I'm gonna bid NG's down a bit. I think alchemists are probably quite a bit worse than other stuff.
Yeah, I also was just thinking that who's the 30 faction?
The 40 faction now. But yeah.
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 Feels wrong saying. I guess it's just alchemists. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's alchemists.
And how much better are mermaids than engineers? Not that much, I don't think, actually.
This map is generally better for blue. I mean, I would say the track is.
But alchemist is a bit bad for mermaids, I think. At least potentially.
No spade for no spade bonus tile. I wonder how annoying that's going to be for fakirs.
Yeah, it could
It's
be.
a little less bad on this map because
Oh,
they
that's
have a couple
true.
of like single yellows they can just jump.
That is one thing about
the
Fire
only
and
issue-
Ice for fakirs. They have these 2 hilarious stretches of 3 hexes.
Yeah.
You know, and they
The only issue is they kind of want to get the landscape down before they start jumping too much.
Yeah.
But
And the problem is, I think in the beginning they get nearly no spade, maybe in the second round. And that's not even if they pass maybe first, then they can maybe get a single spade.
And who is doing well on cults in this game?
Oh yeah.
yeah, Colts are wide open.
Yeah.
So I like these kind of setups.
I mean, that's the thing that's nice about the mermaids here is that even if they don't get double dig, they get priest as like compensation, and they can throw it for water spades. It's like not even that bad.
Yeah, and the late cult rewards are not good for alchemists either with those spades. Like, they're apt to have dig advances by then. Like, sometimes alchemists will play a bit more culty with their priests at a certain point, especially if there's late workers and stuff, but like alchemists aren't, I don't know, they're probably not going to try to gobble up a cult here.
Maybe I'm overpaying for mermaids, but I really don't know how to play NGs on this map.
Regarding cults again, I think the landscape also helps alchemists to be a bit more culty. Or could help.
Yeah, it's true. Especially if they start on the big building tile. Like, do they just open Stronghold here and then...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe Stronghold and Temple? I don't know.
So Mermaids probably just open double dig here on Temp Ship, is my guess. My guess in this setup is that Alchemists take big building, Engineers take worker power, because it's just the next best pass tile. Fakirs just take the Priest then, and then Mermaids have to take Temp Ship if they want Spades, right? Because Engineers are all ready to go to just open double dig. So I think Mermaids just take Temp Ship.
But Temp Ship, I think Temp Ship is fine. You can go from D6 to F3 and then go G4, then D9, D10. So starting on F5 and D6, that is.
Yeah, I think so.
That would mean that Fakirs don't get a neighbor on C5, at least for the in the first round.
That's right. That's right. So they're sort of either Fakirs or Engineers take D7. I mean, Fakirs will probably take it, but I mean, Engineers would love to just dig through that stretch. So they'll meet Engineers and everyone else there in the center. Like D7 will be the.
Yeah, the annoying part about that though is that like you kind of want to put the landscape down with your initial spade, and you can't.
Yeah.
If you do it that way. I mean, you can, but then not being able to upgrade that spot is really harsh.
Yeah, the thing I don't like about Engineers is that because Mermaids are starting on are apt to start on Temp Ship here, and are just going to open double dig. There's a tendency, and I think it's a correct tendency, that like when you have Temp Ship, you might as well use it, right? So Mermaids are going to dig, and they're going to dig with their range. So Engineers are going to have like in-your-face Mermaids, well, on literally the first action of the game. So like a hex that can be kind of important for Engineers is like G4 can be important for towning.
G4?
G4. Yeah. And getting on G3 so they can 3-ship to the west late. Like that's usually a late expansion is like D2 stuff.
Yeah.
It's like digging around. So the thing I don't like about Mermaids here is them spading F3 and landing on G4 in turn 1. Like that seems annoying.
True.
Well, it's like more reason potentially for Engineers to take Temp Ship.
Yeah, I'm just stubborn.
Because Engineers on Temp Ship, if you start like G8 H5, could easily start 2 temples in a dwelling without even having to get a spade.
True.
The big risk with that is just G7, but even that may not be that big of a deal.
But I mean, do Fakirs rather start H7 or I4? I think that also depends maybe where Alchemists start.
It depends on where Alchemists start. Yeah.
I mean, like all those yellow hexes are safe, so I think Fakirs don't really don't care that much. Like H7 or I4, and then they're just going to jump to the other ones. Chat's discussing the degree to which it matters that Fakirs get their landscape out before they do a bunch of jumping.
You can certainly do a couple
Yeah.
before you jump.
Ugh. Matt. I want to play engineers here. I just want a good deal on engineers because, you know.
I think okay. Yeah.
I think there's still a good deal.
I'll figure something out probably if I end up on them.
Water to earth to Fakirs. Nice.
People really want that water spade. People will bend over backwards, you know, on this stream to figure out. Take water 3 and then
water
coins.
3.
You know what I mean? Like whatever it takes to get that water spade is all people want here.
I think I like air 2. I think that might fix the spade issue.
Yeah, and Fakirs, I think, have an interesting question here of like, what favor tile do you take in the first round?
Yeah, I don't know. Like the trap, like if they're going to double temple, usually it's like air 2 to try to get a spade in round 2. I don't know. But on this map, yeah, like just ignoring spades. Like if you end up with double temple, just taking like earth 2, like because you can just jump, right? Like you just, again, it's this sort of discussion we're seeing in chat about whether or not it's important to spade down that landscape, which kind of leans you in an air 2 direction. But if you just want to jump around, like Fire and Ice is a great map to just, like you have 4 hops basically.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. Like.
And you need just a single spade to put down the landscape.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of that oftentimes when I'm like trying to figure out like what econ favor I'm taking, sometimes it has less to do with the track and all that kind of stuff and more to do with just like counting out the turns in round 1 to determine what pass tile you land on, right? Like if Fakirs wind up on the big building tile for some reason, well then I think they're just happy taking like air 2, fire 1 stuff. Like they just need a couple workers to get them going. But if they're just going to land on 6 coins, then like, you know, they probably want like earth 2.
The kiosk could be denied a neighbor if NGS doesn't go h5.
But where do you start in, if not h5?
Oh, so Fakirs are denied a neighbor if engineers don't start on h5 and alchemists don't start on h8 and mermaids don't spade c4, I guess.
That's a lot of ends.
Yeah, that's
like,
a lot of it.
Yeah, if that happens, I mean, you're right. That's just 1 in 20 games where you just write GG in the table chat in round 1. And like,
where everyone hates you.
Yeah, something probably will happen for them. I don't know. They get to place their second dwelling after alchemists and engineers, so they get to see, you know what I mean, and then figure it out from there.
Yeah, if alchemists went like E3, D5, you could start on D4 if you had to, or you could start on G2. Like, those aren't terrible.
You'll get a neighbor somewhere, you'll get a temple. Other things might not be so clear. Yes, Matt, bid mermaids down.
How much worse?
I'm just trying to make it.
You just want NGs.
Are alchemists 18 points worse than mermaids here?
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think they are.
Time to put out tall alchemist.
Yeah. I've been thinking of beating on them now.
It's about right now, probably.
Yeah,
but like,
I think so.
Yeah,
or you could go a little farther if you want, but like,
I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but
18
let's
didn't
try.
seem
just
crazy.
Ask Simon. I don't know. Simon, what are we supposed to do with alchemist here? I think Simon would have jumped to alchemists like 3 or 4 points ago and then done some funky stuff.
So
alchemists are not my figure it out faction. Engineers are a figure it out faction. Alchemists, I need to have a game plan.
at least for the first 2 rounds. How to get the most dwellings out.
That, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about dwellings for alchemists. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Don't need those.
No.
Track says first build dwellings in 3, so.
Do I start E5 here? Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah. This brings Fakirs, I think, to where I want them. Unless they want to be friends with alchemists.
D4?
I think E5 versus G8 is an interesting.
G8, yeah, G8 is interesting.
Interesting one.
G8?
G8, yeah.
E5 versus G8 for engineers.
That's what I was
dwelling,
yeah.
I think was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think G8 is good if you open with temp chip.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take worker power and then regret it. I have my principles.
You are probably going to regret that, I think.
Taking worker power? You do really think the play was to take temp ship and just hope Fakirs wanted worker power over a priest?
Well, so the thing is, even if they take the priest, it prevents me as engineers from doing this.
From going F3?
Yeah.
I guess, but aren't you just always getting down there? Like, I don't know.
No, because if I use even a double spade somewhere else, like I'm not going to get 2 ships in round 1 otherwise, and you could then get double spade ahead of me at some in round 2 or something.
I thought that I would get double dig before you would get double dig again, or a ship advance and take G4 from you.
Correct. Because G4 is actually 3 ships from D6. Like I have to get F3.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I guess it's still, yeah, and you might not be that incentivized to take F3. I don't know. The question is, do I want a spade here?
I mean, it's not like it's a complete disaster for you, but it does make getting around to the west and where there are some more grays a lot harder.
Yeah.
One thing I...
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. So one thing I just realized is that if you start I4, the way to connect is not that easy.
I4?
Oh, as Fakirs?
Yeah,
you
Fakirs, yeah.
You either need like F4 or you have to like go around to the west.
I mean, it's possible here, but digging alchemists could stop that easily.
So I should decide what I'm doing with my power. Yeah, that's interesting, George. Could have started G3 instead of H5.
I don't know if it makes that much of a difference.
I don't know, but I'm just trapped on the other side of you. So
yeah, you have more grays that you can get to, but your connection becomes a lot harder.
Yeah. So do I want a spade here? Probably. And then what am I gonna do here? Open 2 temples.
I mean, you're opening. The advantage of worker power is you can open 2 temples in a dwelling rather easily, and you are getting nice leech right now, unlike everybody else.
Yep. Yeah, so I have enough. I have enough coins too. So I open 2 temples, I guess. So I take the usual, which means I take a spade. And I can either build now and get a free power from, I don't know, alchemist or something. Or do the very slow thing of declining and taking a scoring favor first for the extra 2 points. How many more moves? Sorry, just a second, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Matt's passing before me either way. So are Fakir's. You guys are taking all the coins, so I end up on a priest or 2 workers. Sometimes when I'm taking moves like that, like, it can be important to sort of, I find, to like count out round 1, because that's one of those moves that like I don't really care either way. I'm getting either a power or I'm getting 2 victory points. Like I'm probably willing to pay that, but like I'm also willing to decline it. Like, you know, it's fine. So you have an option to sort of like maintain course or slow yourself down by a turn. Which can be the difference of getting like a pass style that you might want. So I think those are points where it's like important to try to like look at the table and see like, oh wait, if I just decline building right now, I like end up on the spade or something like that. I didn't have any huge revelations this time around, but.
So it's still hard to think of a plan with alchemists, but I think I need a priest anyway. So I'm just taking it now.
Makes sense.
So I was also thinking about that. When I built my temple, I could have gone for the priest, so I can build 2 dwellings now. But then I can't take spades next round, I guess.
Yeah, I figured when you went for air too that you were kind of going all in on getting double dig next round.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know which is better, getting out 2 dwellings or double dig and then maybe placing the landscape.
I don't know. Hal is talking to me right now. I don't know what he's talking about. That happens a lot when I'm streaming. People don't know that I'm streaming, and then they just like have conversations on me. There's no good way to like close chat. Yeah. Like even if you close it, they can still like it just automatically pops back up again. I don't know what he's talking about.
Temple in round 2 for mermaids, Matt?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the plan. I mean, I already wrote in chat that I was going to write a TP and 2 more dwellings, which I think is what I'm going to do. But then I got slightly, George came into my head and said, oh, you should build water 2.
I think water 2 is, so this is one of the setups where I think water 2 can be good. Yeah.
I agree. You get the spade, and it's a really low cult game in general.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
So
So maybe it's more interesting than I was thinking, but I think I'm still leaning toward the dwellings.
water 2 would give you a spade, then maybe a coin. Maybe the 4 power, depending on. So,
Are you talking about water 2 for you, Matt?
Yeah.
yeah.
Are the dwellings like that much better than just having priest production? Like that priest, like water 2 is the spade, but it's also a priest, which is, you know, both of those things are just like helping for cult domination. A priest is like
Yeah,
coins
that's
next
kind of the
round.
thought.
Like those are expensive
kind of the
orders.
thought.
Usually I'm on the train of like just get just dwellings or king,
Yeah.
but priests, early priests, I don't know.
No, you're certainly right.
And I feel like I'm gonna I need
These
to.
are all the thoughts that I was just having.
I need to ship here too. Is the other thing. Like some NG games, you're pretty happy just sort of like spading yourself out some territory, but like right away, I also feel like I need to kind of be kind of late to the cults and get coins and shipping and stuff here.
Oh, I mean these are my opponent factions here. All three of you are some of the weakest cult factions in the game. So
For sure.
Yeah, that's why I think water 2 is viable
yeah,
here.
I actually do. It's funny. Over this conversation and a little bit before it, I think I have actually changed my mind. I think I am going to go for water 2.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think it's good.
It's like the right setup for it. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
agree. I think this is good. Or at least not really bad.
Water 2 is one of those favorite tiles that well, partially thanks to George Shortwell, but it gets like joked about constantly about like, oh, do water 2, water 2, water 2. I sometimes think it's important to also just like note when like I don't think water 2 here is funny. I mean, it's always interesting, but I think here it's just actually very good. It's just like it makes a lot of sense here, and I don't think it's like that obscure or spicy or weird or niche or something. Like I think this just like for various reasons that we've all stated, it's actually a fairly kind of as vanilla of a take as it can be. If there's coins in the game for you, like you can afford not going fire 1, you'll dominate cults. Anyhow, it's never wrong. Or there's that school of thought.
well, and another thought that I had is there's no spade bonus tile, and I'm not getting a lot of leech right now, which means it might actually be a while before I get more spades. And if engineers try to cut through the middle, like being able to throw that spade on C4 right now and just lock it, which is both a potential town space and my connection hex, is nice.
Absolutely.
So.
Okay.
So I just passed and had the decision between 4 coins and 6, or 5 coins and a call step and 7 coins. And I think this is also, again, such a decision which is not really easy to say which is really better. And I decided to go for cult coins because maybe 1 step on air might give me a spade later. And also, I think we just talked about low cult presence, so maybe even 1 step could give some points somewhere.
Totally.
And also, I wasn't sure, so I'm planning on building my landscape, so I think I have not really coin issues after that. So maybe the 2 more coins are not that important. But maybe they are.
Okay.
Other than me coming and getting up in your grill a little bit, Aaron, I think your round's actually gone quite nicely otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I've had well, look at the structures around me. I have 2 temples and a stronghold next to level 2 structures, so that's always good.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yep, lots of leech for engineers. Never bad.
No.
So I guess this is the opposite of fjords for yellow. On fjords, you have basically inherent R2, and here you are just on the outside of everything.
So I'm thinking of just passing now.
I was curious what you're doing here. I thought this might have been 5 power priest for a dwelling.
Yeah, I was thinking of this.
Oh, I was actually thinking worker action and build a temple.
Yeah, okay. No, I think this is very risky because I may not get any dwellings down round 2 if I do that.
Oh, that's true.
And that sounds tricky. Another priest was also an option, either for water to get a spade or to increase shipping and put out a dwelling. But maybe I like just passing and grabbing single spade.
And do you just take the coins here? Because, I don't know. Or
The priest?
just the worker?
I mean, one thing is that either way, I think you're gonna get the single spade whether you pass or not right now.
Yeah,
because I don't have enough
can't-
power and Aaron's not
Exactly.
passing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could afford to do another move.
Probably. I mean, it is tempting.
Oh, I guess if you take 2 more actions, then there's the risk that Aaron takes the spade off you, and anything you would want to do would take 2 actions. So
There's also the question of
okay,
how
let's
much
freeze
better
to
is a
water.
temple this round for me. It's converting 2 power or 2 coins into power into 5 power. I mean, it's better, but I don't know. I haven't thought this through, but they're like, I guess Matt, you're done anyhow. But if I could pass on to 7 coins and get single spade or something, there's probably a world where I'm actually supposed to do that or something. But
I have to pass. So
Derange brings up an interesting point. That the biggest thing is denying the 7 coins to the table, specifically mermaids. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Here is Alchemist. I probably just end. If you were passing, I'd probably just take the worker. It's a lot to pay for one, but
I figured if he's passing on to the priest, but
Yeah,
the priest.
I think so.
Yeah, you're right.
I probably wouldn't pass.
But yeah, so if I take some time here, I'm also thinking
for it.
about 5 power priest to water before.
Where does your spade
That
go, though?
sounds a
Oh, I
little bit
guess you have.
crazy.
You have a
B3
shipping.
or E1.
Yeah.
and
Oh, that's actually interesting.
It is
Yeah.
interesting.
I like
Yeah.
that.
But I'm not sure I would have enough power for the single league after that.
You'd have exactly enough.
Yeah, you have exactly enough plus the power going up water. I mean,
Oh, there's the power and water.
but you don't even need that, right? You have 9. You have 9 power.
You have 9.
5 for a priest, 4 for a spade.
Oh yes, I didn't see that I had converted 1 power to a coin already. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah.
Oh no,
But yes,
you can
I
reset
have
it though.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, that's cool. Matt,
Yeah, I kinda like that.
you're passing for these coins before I have a panic attack, right?
Of course.
That
yeah.
water 2-step already was, you know. Okay. You look like in a good spot here, Matt. I guess I do just build this temple. And is there anything else I want other than just Earth 1 here? I'm not getting any spades next round. I don't think so. Then I either get a priest here, 2 workers, temp ship.
So 2 workers, I guess?
For me, yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than, I mean, temp ship just allows me to get out 2 dwellings, but if I pass onto 2 workers and just pass, it's like it does the same thing. So it seems worse, but like if you get a good pass tile and you have a crappy round, like I might very well just send a priest to a cult and pass or something. The goofy thing would be to burn for a worker's action and build another trading post. That's bad. It's pretty bad, right?
I mean, you're
Yeah.
passing on 2 workers.
It's pretty bad, I think. I think that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty bad.
I think so too.
Deranged says it's terrible, yeah. So Deranged is here. Everyone else is like, oh, it's kind of interesting, you know, and Deranged is like, no, it's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Stupid idea. Deranged has been providing unfiltered content on my stream since 2019. No, not that long ago.
So I was thinking about where do my spades go, and I think one thing that is for sure is d7, because otherwise you would be incredibly lucky.
Yeah.
And then
you gotta take d7.
Yeah, exactly. And then I don't know. I think h4, just because then I have a neighbor there, and I don't think Engis would single plus hard dig it.
Yeah, h4 makes sense.
The sneaky nasty one is g5.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking at that. Is g5 interesting?
Yeah, that is connection
d7
right away, yeah.
Yeah, it does leave d7 exposed, and if Aaron was feeling salty because you just took his hex, then maybe he bites back, but...
And also, I mean, then there are 2 factions that could decide to do it. Also, Alchemist.
Although the one thing you have to think about here is if you want to put your landscape down, d7 is like not the best spot for that.
Not the best spot, yeah. Yeah, I know. Not really, because then that's a place where usually there are neighbors. But I think I have to take it. So
can you just h4 your landscape and leave d7 open?
But isn't that the same thing then? I mean, why do I want...
Well, I think the thought would be that Aaron is more likely to retaliate to a g5 take than an h4 take, because he wants to put his single spade on g5. Although he's not getting it, I guess, so...
No, I'm probably
maybe g5 for the landscape actually is the right call.
Maybe.
G5 for landscape.
And then leave d7 open? I don't know, there's so many options here.
Well, the thing is, if alchemists are going to take the spade before it gets to you, you can't take d7, and I won't take d7. Obviously, it's a triple dig for me. But I don't know.
Terrange says that the idea of Weber being a vengeful hard digger as engineers is beautiful to him.
I think it's really bad for Engis to hard dig in round 2, but
yeah. I don't know that I've ever retaliated on a player. Like, made a move that I didn't think was the best move, but just because to get back at someone, I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, it's more that, like, if you don't have g5 and d7 is, I mean, d7 is a good hex for you. Like, yeah, it's not just retaliation.
It's true. It's a town, right?
Yeah.
Gosh, it's hard to keep up with some of these hex numbers. Simon's saying I like I3 better.
I3?
Oh,
well, for the landscape, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Now, when I built the landscape on h4, I also thought, yeah, that could be better on I3.
Interesting.
When I then take h4, I at least have then a place where I can build a trading post. And then I have an option of 3 of Sanctuary Town with Fire 2 or something. I don't know if I want to go for Fire 2, because that would mean another tempo for not a scoring favor.
think my turn is going to be weird. I think I'm like upgrading ship and passing. Or something. There's not a ton left for me to do. Trying to plan out my next round and like upgrading ship and then passing on to temp ship for double dig, so I have range of 2, and digging stuff like G7, E2, G5, getting up to B4. Like 2 ship gets me out of stuff. Question is, do I also take a coins action before I do all that? Because I have enough for double dig anyhow. Answer yes.
Well, I kind of leaned into cults, right? So let's go for it even more. Oh, Derage, you're asking if I would have taken the coins there? Probably not.
Nah. What?
I think burning down to 4 for me right now would be pretty bad.
Yeah. Double spade is actually good.
Oh. Hot take.
Yeah.
It's not the worst action.
It's
in
not
the world.
wrong to take it if you can still. Like even in round 5 when you have 10 workers, that's sort of, you know. It's one thing if you had
it's the
2
same.
if you had 2 coins right now or something. Like, but
I think so. If you need the spades, it's still the same. As if you then convert 6 workers, you saved first 6 workers, and then you can convert these all to coins if you need them.
yeah, it's sort of the same, except for double dig allows your coins to become workers, which means you can take a coin town, which works out to a 6 worker town. Is the other part of the math.
Nice.
But I don't know. Yes. So Fakirs are having a good game? Is that true story?
Yeah. That's nice.
Seems like it.
So I think I want my step and I want a flight, and that's maybe it. I don't think I want a TP, but so I think I want to fly to H7 just because I don't know if I get then F4, I have my connection locked up.
Yeah. Or even G7 ultimately locks your connection.
Yeah. So I think this is nice.
I was a little sad, Aaron. I know you were talking about it, so you're going to do it, but that you advanced your ship because it kind of forces me to go ahead and build some of these dwellings. Whereas there was part of me that if you hadn't advanced your ship or passed on to temp, I could have like tried to go for Earth 1 first. But
right. So I think I'm passing on to temp ship here just for tempo reasons.
And also 2 ship gives you G8, F6.
Yeah, and it gives me G7 and E2.
D7,
E2.
E2.
Why do you want E2?
Because it gets
I mean,
me
I see it, but why do you...
B4, and E2 and B4 allow me to use all of my workers in a dwelling round, and they also have adjacency for trading posts.
Okay.
And it leaves G5 open, and my gamble is like, Fakirs can kill it if they want, but this is me gambling a little bit and saying Fakirs would rather finish their town on D8, double dig I5, secure F4 for connection. Don't dig G5 if you want to. When I say stuff like this on Open Table, I swear to God, if your heart's content on digging G5, do it. But I'm just trying to say, from my perspective, reading the board state, I'm going to do a bit of a greedy thing.
So I'm not digging G5 so here because
I think that's fair.
So that's the gamble here. Give me? Now the safe thing to do is to take G5 because G5 is a town basically. G7 is a town.
And connection.
G7 allows me to go G8, F6, and then I get one of the reds, and I'm good. The F7, right? So I need that for a town. My connection hex is G5, but it doesn't open up B4. So the greedy thing to do is to take E2 and leave G5 for another round, and hope that this doesn't bite me in the ass. Anyhow.
That seems it's reasonable enough.
What's Derange saying? Do you want to go B4 this round? Or would you consider going to 3 temp ship? I assume that means like 3 ship with temp ship. It's like upgrading.
Yeah.
Ship again. And take G3. F2.
That is an interesting line.
Where the hell is F2? I'm always so slow at reading this stuff. F2. Oh, I see. That's interesting. I think the thing that I'll say is like G3's on. Upgrading a ship again to get over there seems very expensive. I think one thing that I'll keep G3 open, basically. I'm not sure that I think my spades are going to be with a range of 2, but that if the math makes sense next round, I can see upgrading ship to a 3rd just to plant a dwelling on G3. Yeah. Aganis, how's your game going? I feel like
I feel so alone.
You've just been in your own world doing stuff.
Yeah, that's always so often the problem with black, I think, on this map.
Yeah.
If you start in the north, what is this? West.
Yeah, your easy expansion is where no one is. You know, it's the Darkling's problem, right?
No neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of a problem, although maybe not as big of a problem for alchemists than for other factions, maybe.
I don't know.
Like a bit like swarmlings, they may be a bit more resilient to being alone.
So do I want workers? I want workers over coins, I guess. So I don't think I build a TP here just because I can.
Not unless you want to quick. Yeah, I don't know. Unless you're building a temple next round, it might make sense to convert a worker to 2.5 resources.
Yeah, I want another temple because I need priests for flights and maybe 1 or 2 for the cults. I think I would like to pass for another priest, but it's not going to work.
For me, the other part of that math is like, if you don't build a trading post, you're passing probably. And so what are you passing for? And then building the trading post means your round is 1 move longer. So then what are you passing for something different? And so factoring that into the math as well. Like if it means you get on Matt's 6 coin tile, then like as opposed to the 2 worker tile or something, like then maybe that's I don't know if that's good, but
so I think I'm still passing for the same because I think both of them have still a move or 2. So I think
Derange is saying take worker power and a priest action.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
My question with Fakirs is that like taking priest action is just one of those things that's just kind of like a little too inefficient. that you need to just like.
But I think
stop
so for
doing.
landscape Fakirs, it's like taking like coins and also the possibility to build another dwelling.
Mm-hmm. Simon's going to bed. He says, "Good luck. His money is on Fakirs." Okay, that's a good endorsement.
Oh, no pressure.
No pressure. And George had stepped away for a sec. Talk of hard digging. I assume that means from me. If that's the case, then no. We didn't. Sorry. We didn't discuss that. That seems pretty inefficient.
That you hard dig D8 for a town.
Oh gosh, no.
Triple dig with NGs. I think that's something I
Nah.
still have yet to see.
Yeah. I think I do this one first. I don't know. I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, these cults are just not being contested. I haven't sent a priest to a cult. Fakirs only have one priest production, so they're not sending priests to cults. Like,
Yeah.
I had 0.
yeah, you sent that 1/5 power priest, but otherwise you have no priest production. Like,
So it feels just so wrong to take the priest when I can take coins.
well, if it feels wrong, it might be wrong. I mean, maybe not.
So I want another temple. So this is 8 coins, and I have 9. So then but the dwellings wouldn't cost anything, so.
I mean, it is true that a priest just comes with an extra dwelling this round that you wouldn't otherwise get, right?
Let's go for it. Nobody wants the coin action.
Well, you might get them. Is there a world where you get a 2-for-1 before I get free leech or Mac gets them? I don't know. Well, I guess the counter argument is there. Who's stealing the priest anyhow? And maybe you could have taken coins and wielded the priest later. I don't know.
That might be reasonable.
Matt, what's your sort of game plan for this round?
Well, I mean, obviously I've got a dwelling to build. I was contemplating, like, do I want to try to build a temple first? But now, admittedly, you've tempted me with E2. Which
Tempted to do what?
to take it.
No.
So, because here's what I was looking at, right? Is like the one thing that's going on for me this game is my town spaces are like a little weird. Because of how alchemists have dug and everything. Like, I was actually already thinking about, like, should I dig G3 to set up like a little sanctuary town there? But now E2 is like the same number of spades.
You would need the double dig somewhere anyway, right? To make 2 towns.
Yeah.
Well, I'd probably only make 1 town out of it, and then.
How does E2 help
maybe
you
do
make
something
a town?
else?
Because you combine it with G4 and F3?
Yeah.
Somehow that feels like wasting 1 town because
it does.
Yeah,
it feels a little bit like wasting town, but at the same time, like, I don't know if I want to build a sanctuary this game.
Yeah, the sanctuary.
Sanctuary is
mermaids.
it's so
Yeah.
expensive, and there's no way to score it.
Mhm.
And I mean, I guess there's the big building tile, but there's no guarantee I'm gonna like ever end up on it since everybody wants it. And the other thing about G3 was like I had the option of H3, but now alchemists have
Right.
basically claimed it.
How does your
So-
landscape?
Yeah, they have.
How does your landscape factor into this decision? For your, I guess you would use it in the
True.
east somewhere,
Oh, I
or
completely
maybe
forgot
not
about the
use your
landscape.
landscape.
I think
No,
you
I
could
com-
I
use
don't
your
know.
landscape instead of the SA.
I could. I completely forgot about the landscape.
Yeah. Me too.
Oh, that actually.
I always have a hard time, even with the landscape, like about like how the best way is for us to configure. Like I think the goal here is like how do you make 3 towns here?
Yeah,
What's
but
the
so here's the
smart
thing:
way
is that
to
like,
do it that like if you can annoy me and also make it efficient, that seems like the best. Oh, deranged hasn't figured out.
well, and this is the so here's my new logic: is that like E2. So this C4 D6 set that I've got right here, I'm gonna need a double spade. Either I'm gonna need one of 3 things to make a town there: a double spade, an SA, or a landscape. Because I only have one more hex that's a single spade, which is
Yeah.
A6.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm
Yeah.
gonna need that anyways, then I might as well do it on E2, which does 2 things. One, it's bad for engineers, and
Oh.
2, prevents engineers from threatening G3. So I could potentially still get that later for either an SA or a landscape town with those ones. And that's and that preserves 2 towns in that area.
So you still have a plan here for 3 towns then?
Yes.
Spicy.
I think
Maybe
that's
4.
gonna be the play. Yeah, I mean even 4 isn't dead, although I think it's pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
So sorry, Aaron.
Oh, I don't care.
I do think this is the play. It also just limits your expansion so much, which is pretty valuable. Like you're not going to contest network now, basically.
No.
So.
It also has interesting trickle-down effects because it's like I was about to bail out alchemists this round. I was going to give them adjacency on 2 hexes.
Right. So
When are
it
alchemists
limits
getting
that.
neighbors now? Like also if I stole...
Also, alchemists now really want G6.
Yeah. More? Oh,
I mean, I guess that was
wait,
true.
Why?
I guess that was true.
I think it was always
but...
true.
Yeah, that was true anyways, but
yeah. Do I want to send this priest somewhere? I don't care, he said while crying inside. I mean, well, what I mean by I don't care is I've played 900 games of Terra Mystica on BGA, so it's not my first rodeo. I've also played against Hard Diggler more than once, so he's like, you know, triple dog stuff, like move 1 and stuff. So, yeah. Also, I admittedly enjoy the puzzle. What I'm trying to think about now is like how do I get some expansion? Like, is there a world where what I'm talking about is, do I upgrade ship actually again and hard dig A6 and build on A5
6
while I can? Maybe B5's left open for me. Maybe I can still have some hexes. I'm now talking about hard digging this round just to get some extra territory. Don't know if that makes sense, because otherwise I'm getting 2 dwellings down in this round.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I think you kind of You either try to find a way out, which that is probably your best bet.
Or switch into building
Tall.
tall. Yeah,
Yep,
but I think tall is
exactly.
not that great now because you are winning all the calls.
Yeah, I think what I'm doing here is I'm trying to figure out if I can get a worker's action. If I can get a worker's action,
Then you can hard dig and build all the dwellings.
Yeah. Yeah. This might be like sort of sunk cost fallacy kind of thing, and that was like I said I was expanding this turn, so I still have to do it, but I think it's still smart. I don't know. Do I beat Fakir's to B5? Do I still get over to B4? Do I have some expansion? Like, I don't know.
So I think you can beat me to B5 because so this round I think I fly first to G2 because Alchemist will join me on H3. So I get one leech.
Yep.
And then I think I fly to B6 and build another temple somewhere. Not sure where that is.
Yes, I'm going A6 ranged. Yep.
There we go. I think I really like about landscape Fakirs is that if you're just building dwellings while flying, it feels like they cost nothing and just give you points.
Matt, I totally forgot. Does this have effects on you? And so does this come across like I'm retaliating? Did we agree that the reason you were
it does. It does have effects on me because it means so I had definitely counted A6 as part of that town. It doesn't mean that I don't have other outs, but it's certainly not convenient.
Okay.
By the way, I could take coins here. So that worked out.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not sure. So I think I want still to keep all my power tokens because with R2 it feels like I don't know. Burning down much is not that guy. Not good. Or maybe I want another double spade somewhere.
Well,
so
yeah,
I think maybe I can. Yeah, maybe I can still get it. So I'm just looking if mermaids can take it. So I'm going give them some leech. That's also
what's going on in chat? So Terra Steel has arrived. Barnawal is surprised to see me playing engineers. Yeah, fair enough. And yes, A6 with a hard dig. Yes, it is very efficient, George. It's very inefficient, yes. Yeah, that TP tile though.
juicy.
Oh, it's pretty juicy, yep.
Yeah, I've been looking at that thing. I need to take at least one more action to get up to this fourth step on fire. But then we'll see what happens.
Sorry, Terra Steel, if that came across. It's like, oh, great. Terra Steel's here. Yeah.
So now I can still take coins.
Now you can take coins without burning down.
Yes. That seems good. Do I get another power? Or is that a bit too greedy?
Where are you getting another power?
Yeah, I'm looking at Alchemists, building another temple on H3. Or the first temple.
Yeah, alchemists still
Yeah.
don't have a temple. That's actually
Nope.
amazing.
Yeah.
Right, because the question is if you temple up now and wait for more leech, does Matt just burn down
Yeah.
and take coins?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, it's funner for you and I to speculate. I think he would, because he has cults and he has spades. Like, he'll have spades coming in and stuff off the cult. He's playing culty here, and there are, you know, like when there's good cult spades to be had, like burning down is that much easier. Not to mention he has good worker production. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I want the coins also because I want coins next round. Because
Yeah,
I need them to build.
I think this makes sense. I think you greeted it nicely.
Yeah.
I would this time I would have taken them.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I let you guys
Worked out.
work it out, and then
I'll tell you. I would have taken them for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
I had actually been like waiting to get enough. I'd wanted to do it all around, and I was 1 power short, and then I finally got it.
Ah. Whew. Just in time.
Just in time. All right. So, oh man, that TP tile is still there.
Yeah. Who wants that? Nobody.
I mean, I kind of think I want it.
Yeah. I mean,
that and a coins action.
if you pass for that and take a coins action,
Overrated.
like, can you afford to build a temple for water 1 and build out enough trading posts? Like, I think
Not all of them, but I can build
enough that templing
a little
for water 1 is worth it. Like, oftentimes I find in a TP round when you're on the TP tile, like, building a temple for water 1 is just, like, it's bad for business. But I think if you pass for 3 coins and a worker and 7 more coins, you're in a great position to actually just, like, greed water 1 and build out, like, 3 TPs. And that looks pretty juicy.
Yeah. That does feel pretty juicy, I agree. I do think that's going to be the play here. And is anyone else going to give me any more leech? Doesn't look like it. Aaron, I guess you could do a hard worker conversion, but you're not going to do that for G8, so pass it is. Oh no, I lose my cult step on the bonus tile. That's all right.
No.
So you were wondering about getting leech, and then you converted everything down anyhow. What was the deal with that?
Oh god damn it!
I actually meant to hit reset,
Now,
and I think I hit.
The other thing I'm curious
do
about
one more.
is, like, I'm definitely doing a worker conversion. Don't you
Oh,
think that's worth
funny.
it?
Well, you'll give me one back. I mean, I guess it's a dwelling round, so
It's a
You also
dwelling
get
round.
another from me.
It's the
What's funny is I actually genuinely did not mean to do that. I actually meant to. I hit it once, and then I was actually meant to hit reset to send it back, and I guess I accidentally hit do it again instead. So.
Well, I think the accident paid off because I think you're about to
That's-
just
yeah.
end up with like 024 power or something at the beginning of next round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I give you another one. So I think I want still Earth 1 over Water 1 because I'm planning to build more dwellings than training posts.
Yeah, it's probably
But I think it's
similar.
Yeah.
Probably Earth 1's better.
Also, I think I will score few TPs anyway next round, and I don't know. I think also Fakirs want to build more dwellings because in the end, if you can fly, then they are so efficient. So then double down on that with Earth 1 is also quite nice.
Ugh. Alright. So I'm passing out of this round. I'm taking these cult coins because it looks like I just get the first priest to air.
Yeah, I was looking at that. So I would have liked to send my priest to air, but that would mean I don't build another dwelling in the dwelling round, which feels sad. And I can't possibly get another priest, even though I get 4 power. Still not enough.
I'm admittedly debating priest air, also.
Yeah. I mean, if I do it now, this is 1 less dwelling, but then it might win me air. So I don't know. 4. No, but it feels just so not right to skip the dwelling, so I build it anyway.
Man, this looks pretty good for fakirs, eh?
Mm-hmm.
2 temples, 5 dwelling. Get your landscape out.
Yeah, that R2 worked out.
Yeah.
So I really like R2 fakirs.
Yeah,
Just-
for sure. Who's winning this? Who's in the best position here?
I think with Matt, I just looked at his economy, so that also looks quite nice to say. And also cold position is nice.
I think fakirs are winning, but I think I'm not out of it.
No.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I think it's between you two
Yeah.
not sure.
as of now.
I don't know. With fakirs, I often feel like you get points early and then you have some lead, and then in the end there's not much left. So at least in the end game. Okay. So do I want another priest? Or 2 workers?
Yeah, it's always an interesting question. Like once you have 2 temples, like is that priest just going to be overproduced at some point? Like
I think with fakirs it's not. So I think 3 priests is also just fine. I mean, I sent 0 priesticles already, so I can gain all of them till the end.
I mean, one thing with the big building tile is if you are interested in building a sanctuary, like
Yeah,
this
that's
would
true.
be a reasonable time to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
But then I'm not.
I don't know if you have the coins to do it, but
Yeah, that's the problem then.
yeah.
I don't know. The coins are not that great. I think this is a good point.
I think I just like stockpiling the workers.
Yeah. And maybe you don't want coins, and because you have already some.
So I've been thinking more about this, and I actually think that priest to air is the better action for me here than coins, which is kind of crazy.
It's a little crazy.
The main reason it's crazy is because the coins probably get to the fakirs who really want the coins.
No.
Well, I mean,
No,
I
I
can't
think they
take
do.
them. And our
You can't take them, and alchemists
I don't want
are
to.
close to can't, and even if they got the leech, like, it's not that interesting
like,
to them.
if you send priest to air, though, it would have to be up to me to give them the leech. So how do I
Correct.
do that?
Which
By
I don't
building a
think I don't think
sanctuary?
it's happening. Yeah, I know. I don't
Right?
think it's happening. I think yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that air spade is really good for me, and I can get it because I have the things, and also I'm gonna build a bunch of TPs this round.
Yep.
So like, does 3 extra coins and the denial, I guess, like really worth?
But then you get also double spade, I guess. So it's also not.
Yeah, I might get double spade too, which would be pretty nice. So I think I'm going with priest earth. Not to mention the ultimately this is going to be some cold points too. So so I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I think that this might win you air. I don't know if I really fight it that much.
Someone sounds like they're pouring wine into a wine glass.
That's me.
Are you actually drinking wine?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's Friday afternoon. It's 4 o'clock here in Los Angeles, and it's time for a glass of wine.
Oh yeah. It's not really wine weather where I am, so it always seems slightly out of context, but it makes sense.
Oh, it's like 70 here, so.
Oh gosh, that's nice.
Where are my towns?
I can
haven't figured
see
that out.
one in the north and then
That's a
one.
good question.
I mean, maybe with a bridge to I2.
I think I need 3 bridges.
I think that's usual on this map that bridges tend to get fought over. And then it's good if you are NGs.
Are you going to two-worker dig a landscape down and get the rest of your advances that way?
Yes, I think I'm doing that, or single spade. I guess it's the same.
Yeah.
At that point.
So I could take coins here. Or does Weber get leech?
I don't know. Do you want to give me some leech?
Yeah. So my action that would stall wouldn't give anyone leech. So.
I mean, Matt can't accept power, so right now seems like a great time to build a trading post on D7. That's my highly biased opinion.
It also gives you the coin, so I guess
Super
trading
does.
post is the worst option.
Super
So
does.
I'm debating priest to air here, so I can still take the double spade.
Oh yeah.
Why not? And then it's only Matt that goes before you, and he would have to give you some leech here. And another thing is, do I care about water 1? I think the answer is not much.
The thing is, you're on the big building tile. A coins action, like a sanctuary, is sort of like a 7-point building because you get 4 points when you pass, and you get to take water 1 before you build your next trading post if you were planning on templing. It also saves you a bridge. So I don't know if that helps.
True.
But like those are the things that I'm thinking about. And its fakirs do have a 6-coin sanctuary.
Yeah, it's nice.
And there's possible denial. I don't know who cares about water 1.
Everyone? No.
It's a little expensive for
I think...
me. I feel like but yeah.
If you get the coins, then it's possible.
Look, if the table wants to give me a coins action, it's like a whole new day. But I will also settle for double dig. I
think I just take coins and be fine.
Yeah. Seems pretty fine. I mean...
Alright, well that makes my decision pretty easy.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, am I actually going to get the coins action here? And then I was going to have to decide.
Yeah, I thought you might still don't want it, but then I thought, yeah.
So I'm gonna take double spade. And this is how I solved the A6 problem. Is taking G6 instead.
So that G6
good.
becomes a town with E2, and then G4 is
Correct.
either a sanctuary landscape or a double dig on G3 landscape.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, water 1 is just far too expensive. I just really like building a dwelling here, getting a free power. If I was to take water 1 here, it would I'd basically have no resources. I could probably burn for a trading post, but then I have one less temple to build in round 6, and my economy's worse. So just like building a couple TPs now, trying to get like one town next round, and then just building a temple for air 1 like just feels a lot cleaner.
So one thing I am thinking about now is if I secure connection by hard digging F4, which feels bad, but
I mean, I think you kind of need to at some point.
yeah, that's the thing.
Alchemists don't seem that interested. Like, it doesn't do that much from them other than mess up with your connection. And it's one of those things that's like not that big of an investment for them to make your connection path require, I don't know,
something awkward.
Yeah, spades in the west and
so,
a range
so I'm
town.
thinking that would be 4 workers, and I want my SA now. That is another 4 workers, and I have 2 left for actually building a trading post. That feels sad.
But is G5 ever in danger?
I mean, NG's won that.
Do I?
So they can. I don't know if you care about any connection or
Can
me
you,
not
like,
connecting.
if you have a fancy land bridge from I3, maybe make a town engineers.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd have
With
to
2
get
bridges to G3 and H5.
I'd
nice.
have to get to I3
like
first is the problem.
Oh yes, two bridges from I3. It's basically impossible, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like
you're going west, I mean, you're expanding to G3,
yeah.
G1.
You would also need to go D4
Maybe
before
from
that.
the north. Or maybe from the north, from B5, B4, D3, D2.
All right. Suddenly got very quiet on this stream.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to still wrap our heads around this game. Deranged is not convinced about that Fakir's coin action. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm convinced about connection. What else should I have done?
Flown, built a couple trading posts, saved for double dig on I5, maybe. Like
Maybe, yeah.
I get like the only consideration is like you're additionally incentivized to town here, which makes like I don't know. Are you gonna try to 2-town on I5, I guess is the question. If you do so, I don't know, I guess it's not that bad. You have an air spade and a single hard dig. It's fine. Never mind me.
Good work.
When is Matt building on E7? That's the question.
Maybe not for a little bit.
Awesome. Thanks.
So, like, probably not this round.
Oh, not this. Okay, good. Nice. That's good. I can never pronounce your username. Godogd. Hello to you too. Who's in the best position here? Not yours truly. Probably Fakir's. Matt's in a good position, but he refuses to score points. So
I have no points. Points are overrated.
He's opposed to points.
I mean, you will get points if you start building TPs this round.
Fakir's have standard stuff. It's landscape.
Yeah, I built
Fakirs.
one.
So they went air 2, build another temple in round 3 for earth 1, sanctuary this round for water 1. I'm sort of doing like standard favorite tile stuff for engineers, but Matt and I had some disagreements over X's. Is the diplomatic way of putting it?
Some disagreements.
Just slight, just you know.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah. There might have been a double hard dig involved. Anyhow, we don't have to. Bygones are bygones. But I'm too poor to afford water 1, so I'm just building out trading posts. And alchemists decided to finally spring for a temple in round 3. Yeah. And someone will take a copy of Earth 1 in round 6, just for jokes.
Oh, who is missing? So Alchemist didn't take Earth
I didn't
1
take
now.
Earth 1, no, it had like
Interesting, but
7
I mean,
winnings
your
down or
points
something.
are fine. I guess
My
SA
points, yeah.
Alchemist here.
Well, wait until
There's a
they
huge
have to
leech for
do...
you, Weber.
Sorry, what?
I was just saying, I just gave Aaron a nice fat leech.
Oh, I mean,
Oh.
I would take this in a heartbeat, but who took double dig? So a 5...
I took it a while ago.
Oh,
Matt.
I wasn't... Okay.
The same guy that offers you now expensive leech for single dig.
This is such a nice guy.
Yeah, Matt, you're a super nice guy. Can I take single spade? Single spade on B5. Oh, 2-town dreams are alive. That leech brought me back from the dead here, Matt. As long as no one double digs me again. I want to dig B5 with this newfound leech and build a trading post on B4. I don't have enough workers. Okay, good talk. Oh, my priest is a worker.
You have a
I
priest.
see your fancy worker here.
I really should just build a couple of trading posts this round.
I mean, there's also easy trading post on G7.
Yeah, that's definitely a trading post. That's one of them. Sorry, that's already baked into this. Hey, welcome.
So how much do you plan with your 2 workers?
Well, initially they were going to be both trading posts. If Matt was nice and built a dwelling on E7 like he's supposed to, then I would just snap down 2 trading posts there and call it a day. Yeah.
But
In hindsight, I
just
actually
build it,
wish I
right?
had. I wish I had
Yeah.
built that one instead of H6. Now that I think about it, I wasn't thinking enough about ordering and where I wanted the TPs, but that's okay.
Is an expensive trading post such a big deal for you right now?
No.
No.
For me or for Matt?
Oh, for
you, Aaron,
No.
and Cheese?
Yeah, I meant for Aaron. It is for me. I don't have a lot of coins.
Yeah, I build expensive trading posts as like casually as people convert workers to coins. I don't.
These coins.
Who does that casually?
People, lots of people are just like don't care. Like I don't know. Worker to coin conversion. I don't know. Maybe I'm misrepresenting the Terra Mystic community. Oh, what about my landscape on V5? I love using my landscape not as a to actually serve any purpose, but just as a free structure.
And to avoid using workers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good work. I like it.
Does this make any sense? I think it's helpful.
Yeah, also there's not really a great spot for it.
No, I can land bridge to A3 now.
I mean, you could build landscape on H9, for example, and then bridge to F6 or something. Who does that? What do I want to do?
It is amazing how often I'm like playing a game and you're like kind of having a tough game, you're really counting your pennies and you're trying to figure stuff out, and then the realization comes over you that's like I have a free structure. Like it does nothing for me. It's just a thing to put on the board that costs nothing. And in this case it like gets me to B4, which is really where I want like a trading post. So it's cool.
Yeah, and you've still got enough for a dwelling and 2 trading posts. That's pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, it's awesome. See, my game is fine. Not really. Won't be digging that much more in the future anyway. No, it's true. Oh, that's super nice. So wait, what happened to water 1 for you, Matt? What did we...
I skipped it. I didn't have enough coins.
Oh, okay. I thought we were discussing points. No, you're right. This is... Oh, because you built dwellings, right? So you...
I built I decided to go and build a couple dwellings to fill out the town space. So
I do find like
the good news
you have to be...
is I'm going to get at least 2 towns next round.
Right, that's true. I do find you have to be like pretty rich in Terra Mystica, like once you do the math to like make water 1 worth it when you're on the TP tile.
Yeah. Especially in round 4. It's doable in like round 5 or 6
Yeah.
is probably easier if you haven't gotten it already, but
It's true. It's round 4.
It's often really hard.
Okay. So this is how you make a town, alchemists.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's pure kindness, because you could have upgraded the G7 before, yes?
I tried to get here like an hour ago, but Matt was having none of that.
yeah, that was the advantageous knock-on effect. Was it also delayed
Totally.
alchemists getting more neighbors?
Yep.
By the way, this is me playing with a faction that is not that culty. I just focus on 1 cult and try to win it.
I think that's great for Kiers. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I think often
so
you want to figure out which like cult is the easiest to win for this faction, and if it goes well, then there's also some like awards for them
Mm-hmm.
for that. So I
I
like with witches just winning air or mermaids just winning water, and then being fine with that.
I
Especially
totally
if they
agree
are,
with that.
yeah, especially if there are cultists or swarmlings or other cult factions in the game. So I realized when I try to catch every cult reward and fight every cult, then I end up being third on everyone or stuff like that. While you could also just focus on one cult and get maybe an easier time to get just 8 points.
I think it's especially true with as fakirs who can't afford to spend many priests on the cults, and darklings as well. It's often really hard to justify going on 2 cults as darklings if you're not heavily planning on playing the cults at least.
I don't know if this action was right. I took the priest to build another dwelling over another TP, just because I think I don't want to hurt my worker economy even more. Oh,
There's some leech for you.
there's some
There's
leech
some
here.
leech.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
But because I don't know, there's no action, I can really, so it's just coins. And I think I had my most expensive round just now. I think I decline it, but might be wrong. I might regret not getting even more leech. Would you have accepted that?
Oh, sorry, me? As fakirs, no.
Yeah.
Not with your
No?
power
Okay.
situation either. I don't like. Those are just gonna be expensive coins that you immediately have to down convert, and then.
Yeah. And I don't know, so I'm not sure if I would need so many coins, because maybe I'm passing on to coins also this next round. So
Yeah.
I think because
And I think you would have ended up overproducing, I want to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I'm in a good spot with power. Kinda.
Yep. Really looking forward to that pass tile, Matt.
You're gonna get it. Ooh, do I want this lead? Yeah, 2 for 1 is still good. Even though I have no points. I have no points.
1 for 1.
But we're gonna make it work.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so I think I'm
Sad. Okay.
possibly taking the coins first.
Yeah, makes sense. Unless you want a bridge?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe you
So
don't
one
need a
bridge is gone.
I'll
Yeah.
just dig A4, I think.
Yeah. There are some points,
Points.
Matt has points, people. He finally did it.
Yeah. And coins, so it still looks great. 6 workers, 14 coins. Nice.
Yeah.
So do I want another priest? Is the question. Or do I want 2 coins and 1 step?
Is that cult step interesting because you can send a priest to Earth for a spade?
Yeah, that's it. Might be it. I don't know. So, and also I might need some more coins for another TP.
How are you towning, by the way? Are you cult spading I5 with your airspace
Yeah,
and then bridging?
that's
or
not
you,
really clear for me. Yeah.
Or you
So I
going
could.
D8 and then I5 to Brown? Like,
I think I would rather take I4, I5, I mean, and put it to yellow
mm-hmm.
because I think so. If I go D8 and put it to yellow, then you might take it.
Oh, that's true.
Because then,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
And also mermaids might consider taking I5. I don't know. I'm not sure, but could.
Who? Mermaids.
Mermaids.
From Brown? Oh, you mean if
Yeah, I
you
don't
don't dig
know.
it? I see what you mean. Just bringing that to yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And also, I think I can still town with a bridge in the north, while I5 is definitely needed if I want a town there. So I think there's less threat on D8, and also another option if someone does, for whatever reason, dig it.
There will be so much space on the cults, even in the last round. They are wide open right now. No one is producing many priests.
Well, I'm gonna take the 2-key town right now.
And it's going to be
yeah,
good.
but I mean, cult priest spots will be wide open.
The priest spots will
I mean,
still
I
be
guess.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah, witches.
What I'm trying to decide is what else to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the right line here is this, which is convert 3 of these guys. No. Yeah, 3 of these guys. And then form the town. For the 2-key town.
Oh, but you
Okay.
needed to convert 4, no?
No, but I had to go 1 over so that I could take double dig.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, you took double dig. Oh, Matt.
And the reason this is good is because 1, it allows me to form all 3 towns without a sanctuary.
Yeah, that's really
good. And it takes F4 from the fakirs, making their connection harder.
Brilliant.
And it allows me to connect on 1 ship. So I don't have to. Otherwise, I was going to have to get to 4 shipping, which was looking problematic based on my priest situation. So this kind of solves all those problems.
Yes.
Yeah, Matt, I think you're
very good.
You must just be crushing this game at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, the really interesting thing about your game, Matt, is how you've managed to do a couple of things that have been very annoying to other players while making them very good for your game. Like that entire sequence that you just said, right? Like screwing my round and delaying neighbors to alchemists. Like that's just so annoying to alchemists, and it forces me to go around the long way. And now this way of like making fakirs have to like range town and do annoying stuff. Like this just looks so. Yeah, this looks really, really nice on your end.
Yeah, the only honestly, the only reason that I was like hesitant on it was I was thinking about like this is I'm pretty sure it's like stupid in hindsight, but I was thinking about like there's a copy of Earth 1 there, and do I want to take it? Because I do need points, but I think this is better.
And I still might get the Earth one. I mean, I built the dwelling,
Yeah.
so that's 2 fewer points. But I was also waffling on like, maybe I want the Sanctuary because it would give me a favor without having to build a temple this round, because ideally you'd wait until next round for the temple, but screw all that.
Well,
What about Fire 2? So does everyone want Fire 2?
I don't want it, I think.
You don't want it?
I would only want it if I was trying to form both of my other 2 towns this round.
Oh, I assumed you would. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, then maybe I do want Fire 2.
yeah.
Drains just said in chat, does it make sense to build a stronghold instead of Fire 2? I'm not sure I have enough workers to do that and still get both towns. I mean, I have enough workers anyways, but...
Deranged, just to go back to your point, given the line I took, Weber, is there any way that Temple for Water 1 was correct instead of 4 TPs? Yes, sort of, if I knew that the round was going to play out. It's one of those issues of, like... I mean, I suppose if you're a very careful player, you can kind of make the... You can kind of like make the guess. I actually have to think about this 4 for 3, but you have to make this guess that that people are going to give you leech, which in a trading post round, like I think that's a reasonable thing to think. The problem with Water 1 is it used up my coins quickly, and like I would have burnt tokens down. Like the nice thing about TPs is they use your resources slower, and then people give you a little leech. You use them slower, a little more leech, that kind of thing. So I don't think the single spade would have been. So like if I could have gotten all the leech that I got in that round up front, then yes, I think Temple for Water 1 followed by the Water 1 back TPs would have been better. Something like that, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so Mermaid's taking double dig. Oh god, this is all kinds of annoying. And now single...
It's funny, Aaron, that like, of all the things that I thought about with that F4 move, like, blocking double dig from you actually wasn't even on my... Like, it's not that it wasn't on the list, I just didn't even think... Like, I didn't think about it, but in hindsight, you're right, that it's like really, really punishing for you, too.
Yeah. I'm gonna decline this, I think. I don't think I want this 4 for 3. I don't know.
So I decided to go for 2 towns. So I was debating where to put my single spade. And that I want single spade over, I don't know, something else. Because I think, I don't know, so I could have single spaded G5 to ensure connection. But then I won't get 2 towns in a town round. And I thought, yeah, just try to go to get everything. And if not, then be sad afterwards. Also, I'm looking at, I could go for 3 ship connection or 3 cup flight.
Oh.
If I really want to connect. So much leech for NGs. Potential leech.
Yeah. No.
Usually that is the dream, but it seems like not this time.
I mean, the power actions are gone, right? So...
And also, I mean, the last event is Temple, so it's not like trading posts or stuff where you can score all your points.
Now.
I just secure that one. Or do I want a specific town that might be another thing to look out for, but I don't know.
I actually think I might be at the point where the leech. I don't want the leech.
Even 2-for-1s?
Maybe. I mean, I
I
only
always
have
take 2-for-1s, but maybe that's wrong.
5, 11 plus 8. I'm planning on basically spending 19 more coins total. I already have that many.
Yeah.
But does this give you a better power action next round? So you get 4 income and then.
Maybe. I'm gonna get 6 because I'm gonna build another TP.
But then you still can't take coins.
Yeah, I don't
know.
think so.
Declined. Okay.
Declined, yeah.
I don't know. So I always think about sometimes. I mean, I don't know if you're winning connection easily, but I don't know. In some battles.
I mean, I'm getting to. I can get to
15?
15 or 16 with the landscape like fairly easily.
Yeah. Especially because you are not building any of the big buildings.
Right, and that's the thing is getting beyond that is very hard.
Yeah.
It's like that's a pretty clear line in the sand, so
Be right back.
Just in case people are wondering why I declined Alchemist 2-for-1 and I'm about to accept this, it's because I go directly after Matt, so this is the last leech offer that I'm going to get. I declined Alchemist because I assumed I would get a 2-for-1 from Matt anyhow, if not this E7 build.
Yeah, that's true.
I just mentioned that because sometimes people are watching. I'm like, decline 2-for-1, accept 2-for-1, decline, and it's like there's somewhat, whether it's correct or not, there's like at least a method to that kind of madness.
yeah, exactly. Deranged. Very different.
Yeah. Gosh, this actually makes sense.
What makes sense?
Okay. I think what
what do you worked out?
I'm taking 2/3 of a
Oh,
spade because Fakir's took single spade, which I should have known you were going to. I was greeting. I wanted the bridge and
I
the
thought,
spade.
yeah, I thought you take single spade here before me.
Yeah.
But no. So I take range town, and then another town. I don't know what else to take. That's the more difficult question.
15 is an all bar, both digs in a temple. Are people talking about your network size, Matt?
Yes.
At
least I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. So 15.
Yeah. Well, it's actually. Oh no. Yeah. So 15 is everything bar both bigs in a temple. 16 would include that temple. 15 could also include the temple without the landscape.
Right. Do I want a 3-for-2? I don't see what it's getting me. This feels so weird to decline a 3-for-2 as engineers. I can't be right to decline that. I don't know. So the reason, by the way, that I took the workers is it's 2/3 of a dig. I'm hard digging A7, towning this round with an Air 1 temple and a trading post. I lose 4 points in the track, but I gain 5, and then I gain the Air 1 pass this round. Is what it is. I also get a priest production.
I finally gave you your F6 neighbor, Aaron.
Oh yeah, that's so nice of you.
There you go. So what do I want to do here?
This is one of the most ridiculous looking engineers towns I've ever seen. Between the land, George made this comment earlier, like, you can already bridge to B5, so putting the landscape there looks particularly bizarre.
So what do I want here? So I could...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about which town do I want. And so I think Priest Town is nice. So usually I would have taken, I think, the Worker Town. But now I'm thinking about 8-pointer, because I think that's kind of nice. Then I can full step air.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, and if I want, I can also send a priest to Earth. And then, I don't know.
Locking up air without a priest.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
That has to be good. That has to be correct.
Yeah.
I was looking at air.
Yeah, and otherwise mermaids take it, I guess.
Yeah.
And also, I think there's at fire and water, there's NGs just below me.
For sure, like that.
And if you take that town, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
It's often like this, I find, with the 8-pointers.
Yeah.
You take it because if you don't, the other takes it, and then he's better than you. But
it's almost the same with 2-key, even if it's not really good for you. It's also like differential of 4 steps with one another.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was actually looking at air, and I was thinking about sending my priest there, and I didn't, because I was like, oh, you could do exactly what you just did. And I was kind of hoping you would take a different town, and then I could send the priest to air, and I think I would basically win it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think if you lock up the last spot, I could, but would been annoying. And now it feels efficient.
Okay, just passing here for the big buildings.
Makes a lot of sense. Yep.
Yeah.
You're also in a hilarious position to score off the track. Like, you have no temples on the board, which is really funny.
Yeah. Smooth also said 8-pointer, so I'm happy that I found the same solution.
Oh, Leech. So I don't think I'm expecting any other Leech this round.
Well, you also can't accept this. You have 2 power income, right?
Yeah, but 2 power is not enough to take, for example, the 7 coins, I mean.
So you would take
but do I even want it?
3 for 1, so you can take coins?
Yeah, that sounds not very good, especially since I have already so many coins.
You're alchemists.
Well, I want another Cult Spade. And what does it give me besides another Hex? But I think I want another Hex, even
Probably.
for dwelling.
I mean,
Yeah, for dwelling.
well, it's hard to say because you want to. It is true, like to.
So it gives me more flexibility.
Uh-huh.
So just because right now I mean maybe if I get every single hex, but there's fully advanced decks, alchemists, besides every one of my yellows, I guess I just put it there. Also locks up third place. I don't know. Locks up third place. Feels bad.
All right. Well, I can town up now. Probably take a priest. Would really love that second Earth Spade. But no one's going to let me have it.
Do you think Matt will send his priest? I guess.
Probably should. Just moment I'm sitting on another priest, yeah. And I don't, yeah, I mean, I don't care about the points even as much. It's just, I need spades.
Just a spade.
Like, I want to finish my other town in the east with F7 and a bridge. I need a spade. A spade on D3, assuming alchemists allow me to build there, like, gives me some expansion. 5 power priest if I care. Ugh. God. I think it's okay. I think I just get double dig next round anyhow. So it would make sense if I could scoop up Earth. So the question is like, what am I taking as a town? I guess it's probably just another priest. So I just do this.
Why not?
And I just take a priest down.
I think the priest down is the best one for you that is left.
I think so. Like, it's a worker. If, you know, if I can't do anything else interesting with it, I'm happy. It's just like half a worker town. Yeah. Plus, Matt's a nice guy. He might just give me the Earth Cult.
No,
that was a joke.
I was actually planning on doing this anyways.
Nope.
So.
Nope.
Matt. Nah.
Better luck next time.
Okay.
Matt being a nice guy in this game. I'm looking at E2, F4.
Yeah, I was gonna say this has been. I have channeled my inner hard diggler in this game.
So I think I'm going to 3 worker convert. Yeah. Put the power 2 worker, buy another dwelling.
Makes sense. Yep. I think I'm taking a priest here because I'm okay converting 3 power to a worker at worst, and I'd rather have Matt's pass tile and also not give Matt my pass tile. Some combination.
I would like that you give me your pass tile. Can we work that out somewhere?
Nah.
Maybe, I don't know, pass for whatever reason after taking a priest?
Yeah, it's important to differentiate MTD versus MTL.
So 1 for 1 here for Alchemist.
All right.
No.
Hmm?
I'm not taking the coins.
I think I have to pass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just, I mean, you could have taken then workers action first move. Not sure anyone will take it away.
Priest and the 3 coins is the best option.
Nobody gets trading posts. That's also works out.
Yeah, no one's gonna get it.
I'm fine with that.
I mean, there's a small chance that you get it, Fakirs, because do I really care if you have it? And like, do I want these priests to go to cults? I guess, but
Yeah, you can do it next round.
well, I guess the point is,
So
it's like, do I want to just send these priests to cults for points? I guess the answer is yes. I should just send these like.
yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So I
Also,
think
just giving him 8 free points
yeah,
is
it's a bit feels like maybe I don't know, suspicious.
So then the question is, do I
don't
send
know.
2 to? I guess I just send 2 to fire for a power and 3 points.
Yeah,
man 111. A lot of
Mhm.
points.
yeah, but I don't know. It's going to stay like that. So I think it's clearly 6 coins here because I can't take more power, and I don't know. Maybe I want to build some expensive temples to rush the cults. Fire 3, Earth 3, Water 2. And then all my resources are gone. That's my round. Spoiler.
I mean, worst case scenario, it's 2 points.
Yeah.
What if I'm going 3 power to a worker here? That doesn't seem. Or is it just this? What do I need coins for next round? I literally need like 5 of them. Yeah. I think I'd just rather a worker here. And keep my priest. Pass with the call coins.
Yeah, especially if you're going to pass on the coins, it seems reasonable.
Gosh, I pick engineers because they're a faction that I can autopilot usually, and every decision in this game has been like, I don't know, a lot of thinking.
So I think the spade has 2 viable options, and they are b7 and I3, and I just take b7 here because it's not near alchemists. You can just use 1 worker. And also, I don't know, there is a potential town for me, but not going to happen. Not going to happen. Anyways.
F7 was the last dig.
Was my cult spade, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I was hesitating. So earlier, accepting some power to take coins action, but it looked quite bad actually. I could take the priests since there are some open spots, but I think the best is actually to temple for water 3 here. Because I think it locks water.
And take water, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think there are better options. So I'm just going to do that.
Yeah, I guess it's just a 4-point temple, 8 to Matt.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah.
I mean, more than 4 points is, I think, no temple gives you more than that.
I mean,
there's
air
also
1,
fire.
If you're building trading
Could
posts
give you
this
4.
round. Oh, but you're building a lot of temples. Sorry,
But
I keep
L1,
interjecting. Yeah.
yeah, I
No.
can build it after.
You can take it anyhow. I see what you mean. Yeah. Thanks, Stranged. Appreciate you stopping by.
You can take it later. Every one of us rushing air 1 now.
Well, I was actually going to do that anyways.
So
It's like my best option for points. So
yeah, I think in the last round, so air 1 is not that important. I think we had that in one of the last games, the discussion that, I don't know, something like Earth 3 or something like that could also be easily be 4 points.
be 4 points. Yeah.
So, and also more power. So sometimes I think so. If I now, for example, take Earth 3, that's also 4 power. Or Alchemist Fire 3, which could also be the resources you need for another structure.
Yeah, completely. No, I totally agree. Air 1, even in the last rounds, is not always the best choice, and very often actually I think it's quite bad choice compared to other favors. If I were to rank the favors, I think I would put R1 the worst one.
Of all
In this case,
Of all,
in this case, I still think it's the right move for me though.
By the way, I'm
yeah,
doing
when you have no
selection
other
here.
options for sure, but
I guess not surprisingly, I single spade here C3 or G5.
G5 is still there. That's hilarious.
Just chilling. Yeah, it's pretty.
We talked about that so long ago.
I think this is like, I just take this.
I think it's better, A, because if for some reason I ever had a thought to connect, obviously this
this prevents it,
but
and
also
you now have to accept the 2-for-1.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I thought. It is a 1-for-0 for mermaids anyway, and you actually need to pay a victory point.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know. I think NGs are always so tricky they can, if there are grays open, they can in the end get so many dwellings down. If there are grays open. So I mean, if you can somehow dig D3, then there's D2, G1, G3, and so they can sneakily be good then and network even though you don't really see it coming.
I was thinking of taking the coins.
Yeah.
Which is basically 3 points. I don't have many ways to score, I think.
Yeah, why not?
I have temples,
also
TPs.
Takes away. Yeah.
It takes away, but I see that you all have a lot.
But I mean,
probably mermaids want it anyway. Or, yeah.
The question is, do you need workers for anything?
That's also what I was thinking is
Yeah.
how much network is really giving me in this game.
Yeah.
I think
you might have enough workers already to do everything. Maybe.
Yeah, but am I really contesting others or just making a bunch of TPs and
temples, like
temples?
going tall?
Yeah.
That might be your best bet. And the thing about it is like build.
Yes.
I like this because if you're just gonna build a bunch of temples, like that's decent points, 4 points plus a swing on some cults here and there. But it's not that great.
Yeah, also
if you have to do a bunch of coin versions, right? Like it kind of like temples aren't that efficient. So now taking these coins, you now just have, you can just pay cash for temples, and it makes it a lot cleaner.
Yeah. Also, you don't have F1.
Yeah.
So building.
That's mostly why I'm not really
Yeah,
aiming
true.
for network.
Yeah, true. And you are beating NGs anyways, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not.
I should probably try to beat Alchemist's network. It doesn't.
I mean, now you can take double spade if mermaids. You go before them. So if you ever needed spades, there you go.
Super need them. Yep.
So, which yellow is?
So yeah, I think you should try to beat me on network, because the other thing I didn't mention is I don't have many places to dig left.
Yeah.
I have 2 single digs available, and then only double digs or triple digs.
So I just take this flight here.
All right. So this is double dig on D3 and H9, and yes, I'm still completing my town.
Good. Okay. I really like this last spot on fire.
Yeah.
Last spots are always very
it feels
critical.
always nice.
Feels always nice to secure.
Especially if there are 2 people that could throw I don't know if NGs get that. They might
Yeah,
might pass you there.
if I wasn't concerned about Matt taking double dig, I would have sent that last priest to
Yeah,
fire
exactly.
for sure.
Yeah.
And so now the question for me, like, Fire 3 looks pretty good for Alchemist, so
It does.
if I don't do something about it, so I think I'm just gonna take this cult step on Fire.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
so you
that's
can send a
that's the right
priest.
move, I
Yeah.
think.
Right, which means
Yeah.
now worst case scenario, I send a priest. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
really
you have
nice.
tempo. Yeah.
Yep.
And also then maybe Alchemists didn't even bother.
Exactly.
Right, they probably won't. They'll probably
No,
go
I
for
probably
like,
don't bother.
he probably
Yeah.
goes with Air 1 or something. So
Which is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much sweeter when you can find moves like that. It's just like there's so much efficiency there that you don't actually have to fight.
Yes.
Yeah. That. So my last moves, I think are pretty obvious. I was securing all the yellows that were available. And I did realize that my spade on Earth was important because I did not have enough priests to fly to B2. So I needed another hex that is not a fly away to get down my last dwelling. Because, yeah. So unfortunately, I think I have a worker left and a few coins left, like Landscape Fakirs always does.
I said it
just
was going to be
realized
worth 2 points.
Yeah.
I'm just sorry.
Oh,
I'm just realizing, Matt. If I took Fire 3 earlier, in the attempt to send then a priest to Fire to steal it, you could just take water, I guess. Because I have only one priest. So my plan, I think, wasn't going to succeed anyway.
Yeah. Fair. Oh, we can share them. That's fine. It was still a good priest, though, because I think, as you said, someone else would have come in.
I think I might want this because I think I need the coin, but I'm just... Yeah.
So from now on, the use of my resources is barely more efficient than Alchemist's endgame conversions, I mean. Because I will be mostly building either 7 cost temples for 4 points, or 5 cost TPs for 3 points.
Yeah.
Which is
Not much better.
almost the same as the Alchemist conversion.
Yeah, just went my safest option for the last temple. Air 1.
How big's your network going to be here, Matt?
Should be 16, I think. So I think I should win network.
Do I get another power?
Why? What are you trying to conjure up?
Yeah, so I'm thinking about if I take Earth 3, I get 4 power, which gives me 1 power in both 3 and 3 power there in 2. And I need 3 power to convert to a worker and build another TP afterwards.
Right.
Or I just take fire 3
Mhm.
and call it.
I mean, without too much collusion, like on the western side of the map, I think it's pretty clear that you're getting.
Yeah, but I need to get the leech next, so until I
Oh,
be.
And I actually couldn't build a dwelling on A10 this round, even if I wanted
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
so it's a
Yeah,
matter of stalling.
So-
yeah, and I'm gonna be a lot slower
Yeah.
than that.
yeah, exactly. So you could just decide to do something else than building D2. And I don't know what alchemists are up to. So I think the point is I could just take fire 3 and then get 1 point and the 4 for a temple.
Although Earth 3 is also worth 2 points, right?
Yeah.
Unless engineers find a way to pass you. So
Yeah, they are sitting on the code step and
Oh, right.
yeah, and also 3
I guess he's got a
priests
lot
left.
of priests.
Yeah. So I think that's, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I think that's just not really much difference. I mean, this also forces them to decide either to cold step fire or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Are you
think
still building?
Fire 3 versus Earth 3 are the exact same. It's
Yeah.
just like making a tie, breaking a tie.
Yeah.
Oh
There
no,
we
this
go.
is actually better. What am I talking about? This is 2 points
Yeah.
and the coins. Yeah, this is better. You're right that I will tie you on Earth or untie you on Fire, right? But like,
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And now I get the TP, which is even better.
Yeah, now you get the upside.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I get everything. So I like it. Can't complain.
I'm sorry about small thing and maybe unnecessary thinking time, but basically, so I said I could just use my resources to build TPs, but maybe there's a slightly better line if I'm annoying to someone. But I don't think so, actually. I don't find it now. So I'll just make TPs.
I don't know that you can be annoying to anyone. I
Yeah,
want 2 of the grays in the west, or maybe 1, but
and
not
you have,
like not all
yeah,
3, right?
and
I'm
you have the
not
shipping,
rich
so
enough for you to mess with me because I can't actually build on all.
He's
these
gonna he's gonna beat you on network anyways.
yeah, sure.
Is this helpful? I think I'm short workers here. I would need a priest to upgrade shipping. And do I already have enough stuff for a ship advance on the coin side and 2 dwellings? 4 or 5, I do. So this doesn't do anything.
Well, if you take this leech and then send a priest to a cult, then you at least have enough for a worker conversion.
Right. Like I could bump. Right. I suppose I could have sent the. What do you think about this? Do I want this? If I send a priest to air and accept this, then I have.
Can you get somehow the workers action is the real question.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, actually, if you did
too
2
tired.
steps.
Yeah, maybe.
So another thing now, I'm going to convert to a worker, but the priest action is there, so I just delay and
Yeah.
no one can now use the action. So just a small thing.
Always doing a ship advance. It doesn't matter when I do that.
So Weber, if you could step Earth,
Send a
you
priest
have
to air.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You would have enough, but then you have 1 coin. So I think the best move is to build TP. Otherwise, the priest would need to be, I don't know, more points.
Mm-hmm.
So these are 3, and then yeah, I don't know. I'm also too tired to count it really.
It's quite late in Europe.
Yeah, I was
I'm
complaining about the
in-
time in Eastern Canada, so I'll save my comments.
So
What
give
time
it
is it
to
for you guys? 2 a.m. 2 a.m.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I think I just give Alchemist Leech because why not?
Yeah, I think this makes sense.
Because they can always make their own coins, and not sure if there's a worker for them here and if it matters.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
I think this priest to air just makes sense. Does it?
Yeah, it is points against alchemists.
Yeah.
And I think they are your competition because they have a pasta. You have.
I have 2 bridges and 3 are 1 point, so I like.
Yeah.
It's kind of pastile, but.
I don't have a pastile, which I mean there were only 2 and only 1 person has one, so
that's
I guess that is
slightly
all right.
inefficient anyway.
The network gamble did work out for me. Floating connection so long. So I'm done.
16 structures, and they are all part of towns. I'm not sure I've done that in a long time.
That feels nice, and also 16 structures is really nice.
Yeah, three towns, no level 3 structures, no fire 2. Which is sort of the same point that you were making, basically, because the only way to do that is when you build that many structures all part of a town.
So.
And 11 pointers sitting there just to grab it in the end.
Yeah, that was nice. So two ship advances is 5 points. If I take the workers and advance dig, that's 6 points for like basically the same number of resources. So do that. I guess I could have done this before I dug that landscape. Might have cost me a point.
I think I really wanted those workers.
Oh, sorry, Weber.
It's all good. Maybe I don't need them anymore because I got some free leech. It's probably fine. I assume these are all declines, but I suppose I should have built on H9 first, just in case one of you guys... Okay.
Just not quite enough points early on for me, I think.
Yeah, so I think the problem with water too is just, I don't know, just sometimes you're missing the points. And there was not like, I don't know,
Yeah.
shipping shipping tile that scores something like econ favors.
Yeah, it did help me a lot on the Colts, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna score 24 Colt points, and it gave me that spade, and then 2 extra coins for the next round.
Yeah,
and
true. So
the
I think
yeah, I think that was fine. I think I probably
Also,
needed to push water 1 or something like that.
maybe the sanctuary.
Yeah, maybe I should have actually built the sanctuary just to get a favor.
Yeah. Maybe it's so expensive. So then if you can't build that many structures afterwards, you time me on network and I don't know. Not that obvious. And you still got air 1. Was that in this round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I definitely messed up this round as well. If I'd accepted a 2-for-1 and then gotten that workers action, I would have had enough to get to 15 network here. Like it was here. It didn't look like it, but I just I need.
So that was actually
I need one more.
That was actually
resources.
a big mistake for me.
What was?
Not letting you get to 15 then, because that would have helped me relative to Fakir's, but that's all right.
Yeah, like I basically need one more resource, and one of them has to be a worker, right? So that's like a 2-for-1 and getting that worker's action as opposed to the 3 power to worker.
Yeah.
So it's down a point, up 2 for Earth 1, and then I guess it would be a 3-point swing. So it would be 4 points for me and 3 down from Fakir's.
And 1 down for me, so yeah. I actually cost myself 2 points with the workers action. That's annoying. Well,
that's it for me. Just breaking 100 over passing. Yikes.
I mean, I'm not even over 100.
Yeah, you have endgame. I have 13 endgame. So I'm 119 here. Brutal.
Yeah, that worked out quite nicely. Also got some cult EP. An Alchemist did score a lot. But no network is
no network.
sad.
Yeah,
it's a bit sad.
But considering I'm last on network, I'm really questioning my starting position. E3.
I think that the question is also, I don't know, no Earth-1 did mean that building dwellings in the end was not really worth it. And then, I don't know. But you would have needed to build so many more structures to compete with mermaids.
Yes.
Not sure. I think mermaids are just so bad for black here on this map, so.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what conditions alchemists are looking for on this map, to be perfectly honest. Like what it is that makes. I've seen some, some alchemists games do go pretty well. I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's that there's a disproportionate. There might be something where I've seen a disproportionate number of games that are double temple that work out for alchemists. I don't know what that says. It could just be random, but
I don't know, because you can't ship easily on this map as easily as Fjords or Base, I think.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. Is you really need a double spade.
You do.
Like kinda early.
Early, and in this game it was very tricky because I really couldn't secure spades.
Well, I think black is also much more, much better if they can get this C3 D6 E3 town somehow, and that has to be without blue in the game
blue.
or black
green.
or brown.
You really need no neighbors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it could work if you can get D6 before green does it, and then So but it's so rare here for black to have a town there in the middle. I feel like that's the same with Darklings, and even more maybe with Darklings, because you tend to build the SA on E3 and then
Yeah, for sure. There's often a stranded big building there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Is brown an easier color neighbor for black than blue? Probably.
Yeah, probably I would say.
Probably.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Because that is the thing, yeah, about
So-
E3 and D5 starting spots. They make sense to some degree, but then there's nowhere you can spade.
And also there's no neighbors
That's right.
all game. Yeah. So I seen Zavok play Darklings and starting on H8, which worked out
Yeah,
quite nicely.
Yeah, I think H8 would have been a nice option, maybe. I should have considered it.
I mean, there are
Especially since,
neighbors and there's an easy SA town.
Exactly, there's an easy town, so I might have had a better time towning round 5. And the main drawback of H8, I think, is connection. But I finished last on network anyway, so
Yeah.
in this game that could have been better.
I mean, also there is connection if you can. Yeah, you get I7 and then you don't only need H6 before mermaids reach it, which is possible, I guess.
And then?
Then you are connected, but then you can't go anywhere because
Oh,
mermaids get
assuming
the
I have
whole nerf.
E3, okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Well, what you really want is G6, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
like if you can just make
Yeah.
that bridge town, or if there's no green and you can get get E4,
Yeah.
that works pretty well
Then-
because
and then you
F4
have two
usually
browns.
goes unclaimed for quite a while. Yeah,
The other
And
thing,
then
D8 is usually gone, but F4 is usually there.
the other thing
Yeah.
I've seen for Alchemist on this map but I don't know how you plan for this stuff, but it's just the line of F4 down to I8, and it's just like they get their digs advanced and they're just able to carve in a line down
Yes.
there and stuff. But like I don't know how you plan
This
for
is
that.
nice.
Like just like
Yeah.
I don't know, no one's over there or people started in different spots. Like that's the thing about Alchemists
You have
on
to
this
reach.
map. Like even the good games that I've seen people play, I don't know what I learned from them because it just kind of I hate to say this because I usually
Happens.
hesitate to say this, but it kind of just looks like good breaks. It's like, well, that's nice. You know, this is a nice
Yeah.
turn of events that you're able to take F4, F5, E6, E7 with a bridge. Like, obviously, that's a juicy, but like, I don't know how to plan for that, right? Like, it's
True.
what color wheel you're looking for where it can be expected that that's apt to happen, and then you can bid accordingly and play accordingly. Like, I don't know how to like set those conditions for Alchemists. I've had decent games for Alchemists, but again, things just kind of break for you, and you're able to take advantage of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm overreading into that because to some degree that's what we all do with games, but. Yeah, always a bit of a puzzle on this map.
Yeah, I mean, similarly, E2, I've actually seen both black factions be able to get somewhat late in
Yeah.
games. You know,
Dark
if
Links
there's
very
no
often.
Yep.
no red Darklings, yeah, it's like that can work too. But yeah, I think for Alchemist on this map, it's just like you need a worker production. The easiest way to get that is that northwest corner that
Yeah.
you spammed this game, and then you just kind of got to be opportunistic after that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Really interesting game, guys.
Yes.
Sorry that I played I don't tend to play actually that well on open table games, I have to say in general. However, this is probably one of my worst showings in a while. This is a ludicrous point spread between me and Fakir's top to bottom here is 42
I mean,
points.
it's the worst map of Grey for a reason, and I guess we have seen it again. No color neighbors, but still feels like, I don't know.
Oh, for engineers, no color neighbors.
Yeah, for engineers,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I mean, I think,
Yeah.
Aaron, this game is like when you left E2 open, it was a double dig, and you chose to build G7 instead of E2. If you just build E2
Yeah.
instead, this game is wildly different.
I wonder
yeah,
how
for-
much. Like,
I think it's very different.
is it
I
20
think you
points
win network.
better? And so I still
It definitely
lose,
could be.
but maybe I almost tie you, Matt, or I come a point behind you or something. But it's still not enough to like be.
Well,
Or do I
but
actually get
also
second
Alchemist-
here? You know, I don't know.
Alchemists do better too, though, because you get to B4, which allows them to upgrade earlier.
Yes.
And they don't have to do this whole thing coming around to H3. You compete better with network on fakirs. Like I think it helps you in alchemists and hurts me in fakirs and brings the whole spread a lot closer. Like fakirs probably still win, but
I just looking at the
it's just a
power
very
actions
different
and
game.
wondering how do I get this many power actions with Fakirs? I guess the power of R2.
Well, let's
know.
take a look at
I think
that.
it was Air 2.
Yeah,
And
it
leech.
feels like crazy.
So how much leech did you get? Okay, so
I mean, I took
so
3 priests.
this is incredible. So none of you guys really got much leech. I mean, I'm looking at victory points lost, which I know is only really a proxy to it. But if you look at that,
Mhm.
I actually I lost 24 victory points to leech, and it was 8, 4, and 8 for you guys. What was the actual power gain through structures? Oh,
I have 26.
I
and
got
the most.
20.
I got
Yeah,
great
you got the
leech.
most.
Yeah.
Because great
As
leech.
NGs, which usually means you're having a good game.
Well, and yeah, and the leech came in clutch. The problem is there were so many inefficiencies that kept like knocking me back down. Like the double dig on E2 and stuff. Like taking that would have been like that felt awesome digging that. It would have been amazing to be able to secure those hexes. But then that sort of got knocked back. But then like later on, like I got more leech and I was able to take B5 and that felt really good. But then I needed another hard dig to finish my town. Like, you know what I mean? Like I kept doing things kind of in the wrong order, which meant that I got all this leech, but I sort of squandered it, right? Like the town in the north was 2 hard digs and a bridge, and you know, so that sort of I never really got ahead with
a lot.
Sorry.
You had to go to 3 shipping.
Well, that's the other thing. Going to 3 shipping with no ship VP is never super fun. And that's also just a lot of resources that you've sunk into something that's not really doing much for you. Like it's, I don't know. Like it wasn't just like I was able to hammer out a bunch of open grays. It was like I had to advance shipping to get out of a sticky situation, which is different, right? So
yes, it's very different. If it were for G3, D2, G1, it would have been maybe another story. But
for sure, because now you're paying a bunch of coins and priests, but you're basically saving spade costs because now you've opened up free hexes. But it was like I upgraded shipping a bunch to have the privilege of taking a 5 for 4, so I could spend my power on 2/3 of a dig. Right, like that's a poor sequence. Anyhow.
So I think the real thing that could have gone wrong for me here is that I don't connect because I really left that open for a long time.
Yes.
You know?
G5?
I had the option to take G5 or C3.
Yeah.
But for C3 I also needed D4. And I mean all those hexes Alchemist could have easily just banned the worker.
It's true. Yeah, I guess that's another downstream effect. It's like I was poor enough that I always had other priorities. I was trying to finish up some towns, and I didn't think I was fighting network until the end of the game. Then maybe I take it, right? Like, so it was like the fact, like G5 wasn't interesting because E2 wasn't there. If I had E2, suddenly G5 is a town for me with the sanctuary, right? And so that, so Mermaids taking E2 kind of made G5 not super enticing.
And if you take G5, suddenly I have much more interest in jigging some of Fakir's hexes.
That's
because
true.
we can really damage this connection.
Yeah, but I just realized that even if I don't connect at all, I am still 8 points ahead of Mermaids here.
Yeah, you just had such a great points margin.
Yeah. It was a crazy game for. I guess landscape for Kirs are just good, and also this is also a good map for them. So many flights in the beginning.
Yes.
One range.
Yeah, and I think it also. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I was just saying, thinking it comes back to what Matt said at the beginning. Even though the spade bonus tile wasn't there, which is always very good for Fakirs, the map itself is quite convenient because of these single space hops that Fakirs can make.
Yeah.
Even before needing to dig.
Yeah.
Also, I think so the Air 2 just gave me double dig in round 2, which was really important.
Yeah.
Let me put down my landscape and then go from there.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And then I got all the path tiles I wanted, so there was still Earth Run sitting there, Water One. I don't know. Felt quite nice.
Just before we sort of wrap things up, any questions from chat? If you have any questions for any of us, feel free to sort of throw them in, or any sort of final comments just before I turn it over to the guys for their final thoughts. Anything you guys wanted to sort of say, sort of in closing before we wrap up the stream? I mean, we've also talked a lot. I don't want to beat a dead horse. I feel like we've chatted through this quite a bit, but anything else you guys wanted to share just sort of before we wrap things up?
You mean the chat or us?
No, you guys.
Oh, sorry.
Chat will post. If they have questions, someone will write something in. So, if not, what I'd love to do real quick, just before I end the stream, is just sort of announce the next open table stuff I have coming up. I only have one game to announce, but next this date is totally a lie. It's not February 12th. It's, gosh, is it March 12th? Yes, it's March 12th. It's next Saturday. I'm really sorry about that, folks. But I have Juho Snellman coming back. Rainier's going to play Terra Mystic again, which is always fun. And Zeva coming on. So that's going to be a fun table. It is not on February 12th, because that would have been last month. It's next Saturday. I haven't figured out the time, but I'll post in the Discord and give people lots of notice for that. And then in terms of the weeks following that, I'm currently organizing the table sort of following that for the next sort of few months into March. I haven't firmed up who's playing at what table, but I have a couple people sort of slated to come on in some of those weeks. So AJ is going to be coming on, Deranged is coming on, my buddy Linsforth Blade is going to be playing, and the Prime 19, who folks might know a little bit through chat. He's actually a friend of mine here in Ottawa who plays in my local Terra Mystica meetup, so he's going to be coming on. So I certainly have those 4 players that are slated to be playing in the coming weeks. But yeah, stay tuned for updates for next Saturday's game. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, it's a cool table.
Yeah, definitely.
And guys, I just wanted to say, hey, thanks so much for coming on. It's a pleasure to have you guys to do this. Yeah, really fun. And thank you so much for also dedicating 3 hours to do this. This turned into a fairly long game for all of us, and I realize it's super late in Europe. So really appreciate you guys coming on doing this.
No,
Yeah,
it was
it was
great.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Super fun.
Well, that's it for now, folks. Once again, thanks to the chat for hanging with us for so long. Really appreciate it. I'm apt to actually be streaming some arena games this coming week. I haven't been doing much other than just sort of doing open table and stuff for the last number of weeks, but I will be trying to stream a couple of arena games in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for updates when I go live for that. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a good one. Bye for now.